Magnetic wealth, the only guide you need to financial abundance. Introduction. You were born to attract wealth. Let me tell you something that might sound a little wild at first. You weren't made to chase money. You were born to attract it, to pull it in like a magnet. Yup, you. Not the guy with the fancy suit or the woman with the perfect life on Instagram. You have the power, right now, exactly as you are. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. If I was born to attract wealth, why does it feel like I've been stuck in survival mode forever? Oh, I get it. I've been there too, struggling, stressing, second-guessing everything. Working like crazy, but still watching bills pile up. Like a cruel joke. But here's the thing. No one ever told us growing up, wealth isn't about effort, it's about energy. And your energy, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, are either pulling money towards you or pushing it away. Crazy, right? But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who just seems to have luck falling into their lap? They don't try that hard, but money flows, opportunities show up, and success follows them. Around like a loyal puppy. It's not magic, it's not coincidence, it's magnetic energy. And guess what? You've got it too. You just haven't been using it on purpose yet. This book isn't just another guide on how to budget or invest or build passive income, though I love that stuff too. No, this is deeper. This is about turning your mind into a money magnet. About tuning into the frequency of abundance like turning the dial on a radio. Because once you're aligned, money doesn't just knock, it bursts through the door. Here's the big secret most people miss. You don't have to become someone else to get rich. You just have to become who you really are. The you who isn't held back by fear, doubt, or old stories. The you who was born to shine, to prosper, to overflow. So buckle up. We're not here to hustle harder. We're here to magnetize smarter. By the end of this journey, I promise, you'll never see wealth the same way again. And who knows, this might be the moment your whole reality starts to shift. You ready? Let's begin. Stop chasing, start attracting. The secret side of wealth nobody talks about. What if I told you, wealth isn't something you run after like a dog chasing a car? What if it's actually something you magnetize? Yeah, I know, sounds a little woo-woo at first. But hang with me. For most of my life, I thought getting rich meant grinding non-stop. Work harder, wake up earlier, hustle till you drop. You know the drill, no pain, no gain. But let me ask you this. If all that pushing worked so well, why are so many people still broke, stressed, and exhausted? Here's what I learned the hard way, and I mean hard. Wealth doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to alignment. That's right, you don't chase money, you call it in. Kinda like how flowers don't chase bees. They bloom, and the bees come buzzing. When you're in the right energy, when your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are speaking the same language as abundance, money finds you. Opportunities start showing up like they've been waiting on you all along, and people start saying things like, "Wow, you're so lucky." But it's not luck, it's magnetic. Wealth. The truth is, when you're stuck in the chase, you're telling the universe that money is far, far away. You're saying, "I don't have it, I need it." And guess what? The universe mirrors that energy right back. But when you start shifting your inner script to say, "I'm already abundant. Money loves me. I attract success with ease." Oh man, that's when things start clicking fast. So let me flip the script for you right now. Stop running. Stop begging. Stop forcing. Start blooming. Start radiating. Start becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts wealth like a magnet pulling metal from across the room. It's not about doing more. It's about being more aligned. Honestly, this might be the one mindset shift that changes everything. Because once you start attracting instead of chasing, money becomes the easy part. Wild, right? Let's go deeper. You in? The abundance shortcut. Ditch the grind, align with wealth. Let's be real. We're living in a world that's totally hooked on hustle. Wake up at 5 a.m., work 12 hours a day, Sleep, who needs it? And don't even think about slowing down, because someone else might get ahead of you. Sound familiar? Yeah, that used to be me too. I bought into that mindset hard. I thought if I just worked more, sacrificed more, pushed harder, I'd finally make it. But all it really gave me was burnout, stress, and this gnawing feeling that I was missing something big. Then one day, something just clicked. I asked myself a simple question. What if there's a better way? And that's what this book is all about. Not more struggle, more alignment. Not pushing, not grinding. Just a lighter, smarter, way more magnetic path to money and meaning. Because here's the deal, real abundance doesn't show up when you're sprinting in circles. It shows up when you're calm, clear, and completely you. It's like tuning into a radio station. When you're stuck on LAC FM, all you hear is static and noise. But when you switch over to abundance vibes only, boom, everything sounds clearer, smoother, and way more beautiful. Money flows, ideas pop, people show up, opportunities knock. This isn't a fantasy, it's frequency. And yes, you can. Tune into it on purpose. This book is here to help you do exactly that. Rewire your mind, raise your energy, and become a true magnet for prosperity. Without the hustle, without the burnout, without the never enough game. So if you're tired of chasing and ready to start attracting, if you're curious about a path that actually feels good while leading to real results, then you, my friend, are in the exact right place. Take a deep breath, let go of the grind, and get ready to step into a whole new way of creating wealth. One that feels like freedom, because guess what? You don't have to fight for abundance. You just have to let it find you. Chapter 1. The Truth About Money. No one told you. All right, let's get real for a second. You've probably heard the same old stuff about money your whole life. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard to earn every penny. Only a few people ever get rich. Sound familiar? Yeah, me too. I used to believe all of it. I thought money was some mysterious force reserved for the lucky, the born rich, or the ones who sacrificed everything for success. But guess what? That's not the real story. There's a whole other side to money, one that no one really talks about. Not in school, not at home, not even in most books. The truth is, money isn't just about math. It's not just about numbers, paychecks, or spreadsheets. Money is about energy, mindset, and meaning. And once I understood that, everything started to change. See, we've been programmed, without even knowing it, to fear money, to feel guilty about wanting more, to believe that struggling is somehow noble. But none of that helps you grow. None of that brings abundance. If anything, it keeps you stuck in the same loop, working more, earning less, and wondering what you're doing wrong. So in this chapter, we're going to do something bold. We're going to tear up the old rule book. We're going to shine a big bright light on the lies we've believed about money and start building a new truth, one that actually works, because you deserve to understand money in a whole new way. Not as a problem, not as a burden, but as a powerful tool, a friend, a reflection of how you feel and think on the inside. And trust me, once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Ready? Let's dive into the truth they never taught us, but should have. Money has a vibe, why it's way more than just paper. Let's clear something up right now. Money isn't just paper coins or numbers on a screen. It's so much more than that. It's energy, and it's got a vibe. I mean, think about it. You've felt it before, haven't you? When you've got money flowing in, you walk different. You breathe easier, sleep better, smile more. But when money's tight, the air gets heavy, your chest tightens, and everything feels a bit off. That's not just stress, that's energy reacting to energy. Money responds to the way you feel about it. If you treat it like a friend, it wants to be around. But if you fear it, resent it, or chase it like it's running from you, it kinda does. Wild, right? No one taught us this in school. They showed us how to count it, spend it, and maybe save it, but they never said, hey, money has a frequency, and you're always tuning into it like a radio. So if you're stuck on the "I never have enough" channel, guess what plays all day long? Yep, not enough. But here's the good news. You can change the station. When you start feeling abundant, grateful, generous, open, you turn into a magnet. Money starts finding you in ways you didn't expect. A gift here, a bonus there, a random idea that turns into income. It's like the universe whispers, finally you're getting it. So no, money's not just some boring thing you stuff in your wallet or stress about every month. It's alive, it's responsive, it's electric, and when you match its energy, it flows. Now ask yourself, are you repelling it with worry, or are you inviting it in with calm, confident, high vibe thoughts? Because trust me, money listens, and it loves hanging out where it feels welcome. So maybe it's time to stop treating it like a stranger and start dancing with it like it's your favorite song. Feel rich first, the secret sauce behind what you attract. Here's a truth that no one really talks about. How you feel about wealth decides how much of it shows up in your life. Yep, not your degree, not your resume, not even your bank balance. Your feelings are the real game changer. I used to think I had to earn the right to feel rich, like I wasn't allowed to feel abundant until I had the house, the car, the proof. But oh boy, I had it backwards. The way you feel comes before the money, not the other way around. If, deep down, you feel like money is stressful, hard to keep, or only for those kinds of people, you're unknowingly pushing it away, like slamming the door in its face while asking it to come in. It's kind of like hosting a party, but muttering under your breath, "Ugh, I hope no one shows up." And then you're surprised when, well, no one does. Money vibes off your emotions. If you carry guilt, fear, or shame around wealth, it senses it. It's like trying to hug someone while secretly wishing they'd leave. Awkward, right? But the opposite is true too. When you start feeling grateful for what you already have, when you start celebrating tiny wins, walking with confidence and thinking, "I'm open to receiving more," the shift is real. It's like flipping on a light switch in a room that's been dim for years. Suddenly, money's like, "Hey, there you are, been trying to find you." And you'll notice new clients call, unexpected payments come in, ideas pop up like fireworks. You stop chasing, you start attracting. So yeah, how you feel about wealth changes everything, because emotion is the invitation. It's your RSVP to abundance. Here's my little challenge for you. Act rich in your energy. Smile like money loves being around you. Think like your success is already on the way. Feel the freedom now, because the truth is, the more you feel like wealth is yours, the faster it finds its way to you. It's all in your head. Why money comes or runs based on your mindset. Let me hit you with a big one right off the bat. The real difference between attracting money and pushing it away is your mindset, not your job, not your salary, not even your bank account, just the way you think. Crazy, right? But it's true. You can have all the talent, all the hustle, all the potential in the world, and still feel broke inside, like something's always slipping through your fingers. Been there, felt that, it sucks. And you know what causes that feeling? A repelling mindset. Yep, a mindset full of fear, doubt, lack, and those sneaky little thoughts like, "I'll never have enough." Rich people are greedy. Money just isn't for people like me. Oof, those thoughts, they're like money repellent spray. You might be doing all the right things on the outside, but deep down, you're pushing wealth away without even realizing it. Now, flip the switch. A magnetic mindset says stuff like, "Money loves me. I'm open to receiving more." There's more than enough to go around. Even if your wallet's whispering no, your energy's screaming yes, and that yes, that's what money responds to, because money's kind of like a cat. Stick with me here. If you chase it, it runs. But if you chill, relax, and create a warm, inviting space, it curls up right in your lap. Your mindset is that space. So the real work isn't out there, it's in here. It's in shifting those old beliefs, rewriting that dusty inner script, and choosing thoughts that feel rich, open, and free. That's when things start moving. Fast. People call it luck. They say, wow, you're so lucky. But no, it's not luck, it's alignment. So here's the million-dollar question. Are you thinking like a magnet or like a blocker? 'Cause trust me, the universe is listening. And money's always tuning in to your mental playlist. Make it a good one. Make it abundant. Chapter 2. Breaking Free from Scarcity Programming. Let's be honest. Most of us were raised on a steady diet of scarcity thinking, and we didn't even realize it. From a young age, we heard things like, "That's too expensive. We can't afford it. Be careful or you'll lose everything." It was everywhere, in our homes, schools, movies, even in casual conversations at the grocery store. And slowly but surely, those little phrases started to sink in. They built a mental cage, one invisible bar at a time. Before we knew it, we started to believe the lie that there's never enough. Not enough money, not enough time, not enough opportunity, and definitely not enough for you. Sound familiar? That's what I call scarcity programming. It's sneaky, it's stubborn, and wow, it runs deep. It's like having an outdated app running in the background of your brain, slowing everything down without you noticing. But here's the kicker. That programming, it's not the truth. It's just a story you were told over and over again until you thought it was real. And the best part, stories can be rewritten. In this chapter, we're going to dig into those old beliefs, pull them out by the roots, and finally toss them in the trash where they belong. We'll talk about how to spot scarcity thinking when it creeps in, because it loves to wear disguises. And I'll show you how to start reprogramming your mind for abundance, freedom, and flow. Because once you flip the script in your head, the world around you starts to change. Doors open, ideas pop, money moves. It's like clearing the fog off a windshield. You finally start seeing what's been there all along. So yeah, if you're tired of playing small, feeling stuck, or living like there's never enough, this is your turning point. Let's break the cycle. Let's clear out the junk. Let's upgrade your mindset and open the floodgates to abundance. You ready? Let's go. Unlearn the lack. It's time to let scarcity go. Let's get this straight once and for all. Scarcity is not who you are. It's just something you learned. Somewhere along the way, someone handed you that belief, and you, like most of us, took it and carried it like it was truth. But guess what? It's not. That whole "there's never enough" story, it's a program, a mental app that was downloaded without your permission, and it's been running in the background, draining your energy and blocking your blessings. Maybe you heard things like, "Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that." You have to choose either purpose or paycheck. And without realizing it, you started to believe that abundance was rare, or worse, not meant for you. But here's the twist. None of it was your fault. It was passed down, generation to generation, like a family recipe of lack. Only this one doesn't nourish you. It keeps you small, scared, and stuck. And now, it's time to let it go. Like an old jacket that never fit you in the first place, because the truth is, scarcity is learned, and so is abundance. You can unlearn the lack and start choosing a new mindset. One that says there's more than enough. One that feels free, open, and full of possibility. One that actually supports your dreams instead of dragging them down. Think about it. You weren't born thinking, "I'm not enough." Babies don't worry about bills. Kids don't second-guess if they're allowed to dream big. That fear, that lack, it came later, which means it can go now. So here's your permission slip. Let it go. Release the grip. Drop the weight. Make space for a new belief that serves you, uplifts you, and finally feels like home. Because there's no badge of honor in struggle, and there's nothing spiritual about staying broke. There's only this moment, this choice, to say, "I'm done with scarcity." And once you do that, everything starts to shift. Change the channel, swap limiting thoughts for magnetic beliefs. Here's something wild I wish I had learned way earlier in life. Your brain is not a fixed machine, it's a radio. And the station it's tuned into, that's what shapes your reality. Now, if your default station is full of static, stuff like, I'll never have enough, I'm not smart with money, I'm just not lucky like other people, then guess what? You're going to hear that same old noise on repeat every single day. But here's the kicker. You can change the channel, like literally rewire your mind to drop the old crap and pick up something way more powerful. Something magnetic. That's what mental reprogramming is all about. It's not magic, it's not hype, it's not some woo-woo trick. It's real, it's practical, and it works. You just got to be willing to flip the script inside your head. So how do you do it? You start by catching the old thoughts as they sneak in, like little thieves in the night. Stuff like, I'll probably mess this up. This is too hard. I don't deserve more. The moment you catch one, don't just let it sit there. Replace it right away with something magnetic, something that lifts you. Try this. I'm learning and growing every day. Wealth is flowing to me with ease. I'm worthy of more than I ever imagined. Do it again and again and again, because reprogramming isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a daily choice, like brushing your teeth or choosing what shoes to wear. It's the mental hygiene of abundance. And yeah, at first it might feel weird, fake even, but stick with it, because soon enough those new beliefs, they start to feel real. Then they start to feel normal. Then they start showing up in your life. Beliefs become thoughts. Thoughts become actions. Actions become your reality. So if you've been stuck thinking small, doubting yourself, or repeating someone else's fears, it's time to change the track. Let's start tuning into a station that plays wealth, confidence, and big dreams on repeat. Because the moment your mind starts to believe it, your world will too. Stop settling, start shifting. What you allow is what you attract. Here's a little truth bomb I had to learn the hard way. What you tolerate, you invite. Yep, not just once, over and over again. And the wild part? Most of the time, we don't even realize we're doing it. We think we're just being patient or keeping the peace. But really, we're teaching life how to treat us. When you tolerate low-paying work that drains your energy, you're basically telling the universe, this is okay, I'll keep showing up for this. When you accept late payments, lack of respect, people who never value your time, you're saying, sure, I'll take it. Bring more of this, please. Even if deep down you hate it, that's the sneaky part. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you allow. It's like putting out a welcome mat for the same mess you're trying to clean up. Every time you tolerate something that doesn't feel good, you make room for more of it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying throw a tantrum every time life gets messy. I'm saying check your standards. Ask yourself, would the future, abundant, unstoppable version of me put up with this? If the answer is nope, then it's time to raise the bar. Because here's the thing, when you start saying no to what drains you, you create space for what fuels you. Money shows up, respect shows up, peace shows up, and suddenly life feels a whole lot lighter. So yeah, every time you choose to settle, you're setting the tone. But every time you choose better, you're sending a new signal. This is the level I live at now, and life, it listens. So let this be your gentle, slightly sassy reminder. Stop tolerating the bare minimum when you were born for overflow. Chapter 3. Magnetic Identity. Becoming a wealth attractor. Here's something most people never tell you. You don't attract money with just your actions. You attract it with who you are. Yep. Read that again. Your identity is your strongest magnet. Not your job title, not your to-do list, not even your bank account. If deep down you see yourself as broke, unlucky, or just getting by, then no matter how many courses you take or how hard you grind, you'll keep living out that same old story, because your identity The way you see yourself sets the limit on what you allow in. And the crazy part? Most of this stuff is running on autopilot, buried under years of beliefs, fears, and who do you think you are? Thoughts. I know, I've been there, saying I wanted more but still playing small, trying to act rich while feeling poor inside. But here's the good news. Your identity isn't set in stone. It's not your destiny. It's a decision, one you can make right here, right now. In this chapter, we're going to flip the script. We're going to talk about how to build a magnetic identity, one that naturally attracts wealth, opportunity, and overflow, not because you're faking it, but because you're finally becoming the real you, the one who was always meant to receive more. It's not about pretending, it's about remembering, peeling off the layers of fear and doubt until you see the version of you that's bold, worthy, and fully aligned with abundance. So buckle up, my friend, because the moment you shift who you are, you shift what you attract. Let's build that magnetic version of you, the one that doesn't chase success, the one that draws it in effortlessly. It's not luck, it's identity, the real reason. People get rich. Let me just come out and say it. You don't get rich by accident. You don't stumble into wealth like tripping over a loose floorboard. And no, it's not just about luck, timing, or being in the right place. It's about who you believe you are deep down. Yep. You get rich by identity. Now, I know that might sound a little strange, but hear me out. If you see yourself as someone who always struggles with money, then you'll keep making choices that match that story. It's like your brain's GPS. It'll keep driving you back to barely enough, no matter how far you try to go. But when your identity shifts, when you start seeing yourself as someone who's meant to be abundant, who creates value, who deserves overflow, everything changes. You start showing up different. You speak with confidence. You stop settling. And people feel it. Opportunities feel it. Money feels it. Because identity isn't just how you see yourself. It's the energy you carry. It's what you tolerate, what you expect, and what you're available for. So no, the rich didn't just get lucky. They didn't win some secret lottery of life. Most of them, especially the ones who built it from scratch, they created a new inner story. They redefined what was normal for them. They didn't wait to have money to feel wealthy. They felt wealthy first, then the outer world followed. So here's the million-dollar question. Who do you believe you are when no one's watching? Because that quiet belief, that's the one running the whole show. And the best part, you can change it any time, starting now, so stop waiting for luck. Start building the identity that naturally attracts wealth, because once you become that version of you, rich just becomes your new normal. From just getting by to glowing and growing, time to rewire your self-image. Let me ask you something real. Quick, when you think about yourself and money, what picture pops up? Be honest. Do you see someone always trying to make it work, stretching every penny, crossing fingers at the end of the month? Or do you see someone thriving, calm, confident, totally in flow, attracting money like it's no big deal? Because here's the thing. The way you see yourself shapes the results you get. I used to live in survival mode without even knowing it, waking up already anxious, making decisions from fear, feeling like money was always one step ahead of me, just out of reach. And I didn't need more money. I needed a new mirror. I needed to rewire how I saw myself. When I finally realized that my self-image was stuck in just enough mode, I had to flip the switch. I had to start seeing myself as someone who deserved abundance, who didn't just get by, but got better, got bolder, got bigger. And no, it didn't happen overnight. But I started small. I spoke differently. I walked like I belonged in rooms filled with wealth. I made choices from the version of me who already had overflow, and little by little, life began to rise to meet that version. Because survival is a mindset, but guess what? So is thriving. You're not meant to just make it through. You're here to grow, to expand, to live fully and freely. But first, you gotta see it. See yourself as someone who attracts opportunities, who multiplies money, who walks in a room and shifts the whole vibe. That version of you, it's already inside. It's just waiting for permission to step forward. So let's do it together. Let's upgrade the image, rewire the mindset, rewrite the story. Because the truth is, you were never meant to survive. You were built to thrive, money magnet mode, attract it without the chase. Want to know a little secret I wish someone had told me sooner? You don't have to chase money to make it show up. In fact, the more you chase it, the more it runs. Yeah, awkward truth, I know. But here's the beautiful flip side. You can become someone who naturally attracts money. Like, for real. No begging, no hustling 24/7, no burning out trying to prove your worth. It all starts with who you are, not just what you do. See, money doesn't only respond to hard work, it responds to energy, your confidence, your self-worth, your vibe when you walk into a room like, of course good things happen to me, of course abundance flows my way. When you stop needing it so bad, when you stop chasing it like it's running from you, you give it space to come closer. You shift from desperate to magnetic, from clinging to creating, from I hope it works to this is who I am now, and trust me the moment you start aligning with that version of you, the one who knows their value, who sets clear intentions, who moves like money loves them. Oh boy, things start clicking, ideas pop out of nowhere, people reach out with wild opportunities. Income flows in from places you didn't expect. It's not luck, it's alignment. So how do you do it? Start acting like you already are that person. Think like someone who's financially free. Speak like money is your friend. Make decisions from expansion, not fear, because the goal isn't just to get rich. It's to become someone who can't help but attract wealth, effortlessly, naturally, repeatedly. So stop running, start rising. Money's not out there hiding, it's just waiting for you to become a match. And baby, your magnet is stronger than you think. Chapter 4. Tuning in to the frequency of abundance. Okay, let's talk energy. Not the drink 3 coffees and hope for the best kind. I'm talking about the invisible stuff. Your vibe, your frequency, the signal you're sending out every single day. Here's the thing most people miss. Abundance has a frequency. And whether you know it or not, you're always tuned in to something. The question is, are you tuned in to lack or overflow? When you're stuck in fear, doubt, comparison, and never enough mode, your inner radio is blasting static. And all that juicy abundance that wants to reach you. It can't get through the noise, but when you shift, when you start thinking, speaking, and feeling like someone who lives in abundance, boom, you change the station. Suddenly, you start picking up on opportunities you used to miss. Ideas flow, and people show up, doors open like magic, except it's not magic, it's you. You aligned. You tuned in, and here's the best part. You don't need to be rich to feel rich. You don't need to arrive to start living from a place of overflow. You just need to practice it, daily, intentionally. In this chapter, we're going to break down how to actually do that, how to tune into the energy of abundance even when life feels messy. Because the more you embody that energy, the faster the outer world catches up. You're not trying to force success. You're learning how to receive it. And trust me, when you're on the right frequency, the universe hears you loud and clear. Let's turn the dial, shall we? Think it, feel it, attract it. The secret combo behind manifestation magic. All right, let me drop something on you that totally flipped my world upside down. In the best way. Your thoughts are electric. And your emotions? Oh, they're magnetic. Yep. That's the combo right there. That's the juice, the spark, the secret sauce nobody really teaches in school. Here's how it works. Your thoughts send the signal out. It's like you're placing an order with the universe. I want abundance. I want freedom. I Want peace, joy, overflow? Yes, please. But here's the thing. Thinking alone isn't enough. The universe is listening, sure, but it's not just picking up on words or ideas. It's tuning in to how you feel. Your emotions pull the experience in. They're the magnet. The stronger and more aligned your feelings are, the faster your desires come flying toward you like moths to a flame. So if you're thinking about success but feeling stressed, afraid, or doubtful, guess what? You're sending mixed signals. It's like trying to call someone with 1 bar of service and a dying battery. You want the connection, but the vibe's all fuzzy. But when your thoughts and emotions line up, whew, that's when things get wild. You think abundance. You feel abundant. And suddenly people show up, ideas click, money moves, and life starts dancing to your rhythm. No pushing, no chasing, just attracting effortlessly. So yeah, if you're wondering why your manifesting feels a little hit or miss lately, check the combo. Are you just thinking it, or are you feeling it like it's already yours? Because the truth is, your mind is the signal, but your heart is the magnet. And together, they're unstoppable. Time to tune in and turn it up. Feel it first. The weird but powerful trick to attract abundance. Here's something kind of wild that took me way too long to learn. You've got to feel abundance before it actually shows up. No, I know, your brain probably just rolled its eyes. How am I supposed to feel rich when my bank account's gasping for air? Been there. Felt that. Trust me. But here's the magic. Your feelings are like a sneak peek of what's coming. And when you act as if abundance is already yours, when you walk, think, breathe like someone who's already got it, you send out a signal that says, I'm ready, bring it on. And the universe? Oh, it loves a bold invitation. See, most people wait until the money hits, the job lands, or the dream finally unfolds to feel good. But that's like standing in front of a fireplace and demanding heat without putting in any wood. It doesn't work that way. You create the feeling first, then the form follows. It's inside out, not outside in. So how do you actually do it? Start with small stuff. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal life. Feel it in your body like it's already happening. Feel the freedom, the joy, the ease, the heck yeah, I did it energy. Let your brain believe it's real, because on an energetic level it is. Then carry that vibe with you in the way you speak, in the way you dress, in the way you handle today, even if it's far from perfect. Because when you feel abundant, now you become a magnet for more of it. Life starts matching your mood, not because you're faking it, but because you're activating it. So yeah, feel it first. Feel it before the money lands, before the yes comes, before the dream arrives at your door. Because when you do that, it won't just show up, it'll rush in, aligned, not exhausted. Why hustling harder isn't the answer. Let's have a real moment here. I used to believe that the only way to succeed was to hustle like crazy. Wake up early, stay up late, burn through coffee, burn out my energy, rinse, repeat. Sound familiar? I thought that if I wasn't constantly doing, grinding, pushing, I'd fall behind. Like the universe was keeping score, and I had to prove I deserved abundance by crawling through fire to get it. But guess what I learned the hard way? The real secret isn't desperate hustle, it's aligned action. Now what do I mean by that? Aligned action feels right. It flows, it clicks. It's that quiet inner yes, when you know you're moving towards something bigger without dragging your soul through the mud. Desperate hustle, on the other hand, oh man, it feels heavy, anxious, like running on a treadmill that's speeding up but going nowhere. And yeah, action matters. We're not here to sit on the couch and manifest $1 million with our eyes closed. Although that would be nice, right? But it's not just about doing more. It's about doing what matters most in the right energy. Because when your actions are aligned with your truth, your values, your vision, they become powerful. They have traction. They move mountains without you having to scream at the sky and beg for breadcrumbs. So here's what I started doing differently. Before I act, I ask, is this coming from fear or is this coming from faith? Am I forcing this, or am I flowing with it? And that little pause, it changed everything. So if you've been stuck in hustle mode, exhausted, and wondering why it's still not working, maybe it's time to try something new. Move from a place of alignment, not panic. Listen to your gut. Trust your timing. Follow the nudge, not the noise, because when your action matches your energy, success doesn't just happen. It feels good when it does. Chapter 5. The Power of Letting Go to Receive. All right, let's talk about something that feels totally backwards at first, letting go, to receive more. Wait, what? Yeah, I know, it sounds weird. But stick with me here. See, most of us were taught that the harder we hold on, the more we'll get. Cling tighter, push harder, don't loosen the grip or everything might fall apart, right? But here's the wild truth no one told us growing up. The tighter you cling, the more you block. It's like trying to catch a butterfly by squeezing your hands shut. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting. Trusting that you've done your part. That life, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is working with you, not against you. That you don't have to chase, force, or control every little detail to receive something amazing. Because here's the thing. When you're constantly worrying, begging, or stressing about when the money will come, you're basically saying, I don't believe it's coming. And that energy, it repels the very thing you want. But when you let go, when you release the grip and breathe a little, that's when the magic shows up. The opportunity, the breakthrough, the unexpected yes. It finds you when you stop, looking under every rock for it. So in this chapter, we're diving deep into this powerful, often uncomfortable art of surrender, of loosening your grip on the outcome and shifting into receiving mode. It's not about doing nothing, it's about doing your part, and then stepping aside so the universe can do its part, because letting go isn't weakness, it's strength in disguise. And sometimes the fastest way to get what you want is to stop trying so hard to get it. Let's explore how to release, relax, and receive like never before. You ready? Let's go. Stop the chase, start the flow. Why money runs when you run after it. Let's just say it like it is. The more you chase money, the faster it runs. I know, that one stings a little, doesn't it? I used to think chasing was the only way. Work harder, run faster, try to catch every opportunity like it might disappear if I blinked. But here's what actually happened. I got tired, burnt out, frustrated, and somehow still not where I wanted to be. That's when I realized something kind of wild. Money doesn't like being chased. It's not a scared puppy. It's more like a cat, confident, independent, a little mysterious. And only comes around when you stop acting desperate. Seriously, when your energy screams, I need money now or else. That vibe repels it. Because underneath that desperation is fear, lack, and a whole lot of doubt. And money? Oh, it can. Smell fear a mile away. But when you shift, when you calm down, get aligned, trust your worth, and act from overflow instead of lack, money starts to show up. Not because you're pushing, but because you're finally magnetic. It's kind of like dating, right? No one's attracted to someone who's texting 47 times in a row, begging for attention, but someone who's chill, confident, grounded. Suddenly, everyone wants to be around them. Money works the same way. So here's the shift. Stop chasing. Start aligning. Get so rooted in your own value that money wants to come find you, and when it does, it'll feel natural, effortless, like you were never supposed to run after it in the first place, because, spoiler alert, you weren't. Hold the dream, loosen the grip, the art of surrendering without giving up. Let me tell you something that took me way too long to learn. You can let go of control without letting go of your dream. Yep, for real. You don't have to choose between faith and ambition. See, for the longest time, I thought if I wasn't micromanaging every little detail, pushing, stressing, obsessing, then I was giving up. I thought surrender meant failure. But wow, I had it all backwards. Letting go isn't quitting, it's trusting, it's saying, I know what I want, and I believe it's on the way, even if I don't know exactly how it's going to happen. That's not weakness. That's strength with soul. When we try to control every outcome, force every step, and freak out over the timing, we actually block the very thing we're asking for. Why? Because we're operating from fear, not flow. From doubt, not belief. But here's the shift that changed everything for me. I stopped trying to control the how and started anchoring into the what and the why. The dream stayed, the desperation didn't. And guess what? Stuff started to happen. Ideas dropped in out of nowhere. People popped into my life at just the right moment. Things aligned better than I could have ever planned. That's the magic of letting go. You still show up. You still take action. But now it's from a place of confidence, ease, and openness, not panic. So if you're gripping your dream so tight that it's starting to feel heavy, breathe. Loosen the grip, not the goal. Hold your vision, feel it, speak it, move toward it, but also leave space for the universe to do its thing. Because sometimes the biggest breakthroughs happen not when you push harder, but when you finally let go. The manifestation paradox. Want less, attract more. Okay, let's talk about something that used to drive me a little nuts. Why does the thing you really want only show up when you stop needing it so bad? I mean, seriously, what kind of cosmic joke is that? But yep, it's real. The less you need, the more you receive. Wild, right? I used to grip my dreams with white knuckles, begging, stressing, refreshing my email every 10 seconds like, is it here yet? Did it work yet? Universe, are you even listening? Spoiler. It wasn't listening. Not to that energy anyway, because when you're needing something desperately, you're sending out the vibe that you don't have it. And energy doesn't lie. You might be saying, I want abundance, but if your vibe is screaming, I'm broke and scared, that's what keeps circling back. Here's where it gets good, though. When I finally got tired of pushing and started letting go, boom, things started to move. I stopped chasing, I started trusting, I shifted from when will it happen to it's already mine, I'm just catching up to it. And that tiny shift, game changer. The truth is, when you no longer need the thing, whether it's money, love, freedom, whatever, you stop blocking it with doubt and fear. You finally relax into the energy of already having. And from that place, you attract like a magnet turned all the way up. So no, you're not crazy for wanting it. Dream big, always. Just don't let the wanting turn into clinging. Let go. Lean. Back. Be the version of you who already has it. Then watch it race toward you, because here's the paradox that changes everything. You get it when you no longer need it. Chapter 6. The Daily Ritual of Magnetic Wealth. All right, let's get one thing straight. Wealth isn't just about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. Yep, I'm talking about your habits, your energy, your vibe. That quiet little routine you've probably been underestimating. I used to wake up and just roll into the day like a tumbleweed. Check my phone, panic about money, scroll Instagram, compare my life, feel behind. Yeah, not exactly magnetic energy. But then I learned something that changed everything. Your daily energy is either attracting or repelling abundance. And if you want to become a true money magnet, you've got to start showing up like one, consistently. Now hold up, I'm not saying you need to light 10 candles, chant in Sanskrit, and meditate on top of a mountain, unless you're into that. Of course, I'm talking about simple, powerful stuff that gets your mind, body, and energy aligned with overflow, not lack. Stuff like speaking affirmations that make your cells vibrate, visualizing the life you're calling in, like it's already yours, moving your body like you've already won, making money decisions that say, I trust myself, because guess what? Magnetic wealth isn't just about strategy. It's about state. And the fastest way to shift your financial reality is to shift your daily vibe. So in this chapter, I'm gonna walk you through the rituals that rewire your brain, tune your frequency to abundance, and help you start attracting money like it's second nature. Not from a place of hustle, but from a place of alignment. Think of it like brushing your energetic teeth. You wouldn't skip that, right? Let's build a daily rhythm that turns you into a walking, talking, glowing magnet for prosperity. Because trust me, wealth loves a good ritual. Rise, align, shine, morning habits that set you up for success. Let's be honest, how you start your morning sets the tone for everything else. Like everything, your energy, your focus, your confidence, even your bank account feels it. I used to roll out of bed, scroll my phone, check emails, and let the chaos hit me before I'd even had water. Not cute, not powerful, and definitely not aligned with success. Then I discovered the magic of intentional morning habits, and wow, what a difference. Now, I'm not going to tell you there's some perfect 37-step routine that'll make you a millionaire by Friday. But I will say this, a few simple morning rituals can completely shift your vibe. And when your vibe shifts, money flows, ideas land, and life just works better. Here's what I started doing, and still swear by: gratitude. Before anything, before I touch my phone, I list a few things I'm deeply grateful for. Not just the big stuff. Sometimes it's coffee or my cozy blanket. It instantly shifts me into abundance mode. Speak it into existence. I say affirmations out loud like, I mean it. Stuff like, I'm a magnet for opportunities, or money flows to me with ease. It feels kind of silly at first. Then it starts to feel true. Move your body, even if it's just stretching, walking, or dancing like nobody's. Watching, movement wakes up your power. It literally tells your brain, I'm alive, I'm in charge, and I've got this. Visualize the win. Close your eyes and see your dream life like it's already happening. Feel it, smell it, walk around in it. That's not daydreaming. That's magnetic alignment. Breathe before you go. A few deep breaths, a sip of silence, a moment of stillness. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause. These habits might seem simple, but together, they turn your morning into momentum. You walk out the door feeling like a millionaire even before the money lands. So if your mornings have been rushed, scattered, or just maybe it's time to flip the script. Start your day with intention. Because when your energy aligns first thing, success doesn't just happen, it has to follow. The magnetic trio: visualization, affirmations, and stillness, aka your daily superpowers. Want to know one of the biggest shifts I ever made in my life? It wasn't some business strategy. It wasn't a lucky break. It was this simple but powerful daily combo: visualization, affirmations, and stillness. Yep, that's my magnetic trio. These three things done with heart and consistency literally rewired the way I see myself, how I show up in the world, and what I attract like a total magnet. Let's break it down, shall we? Visualization. This is where you see it before it shows up. You close your eyes and imagine the life you're calling in, like it's already happening. Feel it in your body, smell the air, touch the steering wheel of that dream car, walk through your dream house in your mind. And most importantly, feel the success now, not someday, not maybe. Now affirmations. This is where you speak it into reality, out loud, like you believe it, even if you don't yet. Say things like, I am worthy of wealth. Money loves to be around me. I attract success with ease. Do it daily, in the mirror, in your journal, in the car, because the words you repeat shape the beliefs you live by. Stillness. This one doesn't get enough credit. We're so used to doing that we forget the power of just being. But stillness is where the answers land. It's where your nervous system chills out and your magnetic energy resets. Even 5 minutes of silence in the morning can change how you move through the whole day. No phone, no noise, just you and your breath. Simple, sacred, supercharged. When you combine these three, you stop reacting and start attracting. You step into the version of you who doesn't chase, but receives, and things begin to line up like dominoes falling in perfect rhythm. So if you've been feeling off, stuck, or disconnected, don't underestimate this trio. Visualization, affirmations, stillness. They're small on the surface but massive in impact. Make them part of your daily rhythm and watch the magic unfold. Wealth has a vibe. Build it, feel it, watch life shift. Here's something nobody taught us in school, but totally should have. You've got an energetic field, and it's either repelling or attracting wealth. Yeah, I know it sounds a little woo at first, but stick with me. This is where things get really good. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they're all sending out signals constantly. It's like you're walking around with your own personal Wi-Fi network, and the universe is always tuning in. When your energy says, "I'm not enough, I'm stressed, I'm barely getting by," that's what your reality mirrors back, not because life's unfair, just because that's the frequency you're tuned to. But when you flip the switch and start building a vibe of abundance, everything begins to shift. You don't even have to figure it all out. You just start showing up differently. You breathe deeper, you stop panicking, you make choices from trust, not fear. That's when money starts popping up in the wildest ways. A client out of nowhere, a refund you forgot about, a random message that opens a door. Because your energetic field of wealth is finally open for business. So how do you create that energy? You feed it with thoughts like, "There's more than enough." With actions that reflect trust, like tipping even when it's tight, or investing in yourself boldly. With daily habits that tune you in to the life you want, not the life you're trying to escape. The more you practice this, the stronger your signal gets, and suddenly reality can't help but respond, because you're not forcing anymore, you're attracting. You've built an invisible space that says, "I'm safe, I'm ready, I'm worthy of wealth." And money, it hears that loud and clear. So yeah, create your energetic field of wealth, protect it, nurture it, and just watch, your outer world will start catching up to the inner one you've been building all along. Chapter 7. Spread abundance. Multiply your results. All right, here's something that flipped a switch in my brain the day I really got it. The more you spread abundance, the more it multiplies in your life. Like for real. It's not just a feel-good idea. It's an actual law of the universe. For the longest time, I thought I had to hold on to every little thing I had. Time, energy, money, especially money. I thought giving meant having less. But wow, was I wrong? Abundance grows when it flows. It's not meant to be locked in a vault. It wants to move, to circulate, to touch lives, and come back even stronger. When you share what you've got, whether it's knowledge, kindness, money, or support, you send out a powerful signal. I have enough to give. And that, my friend, is some serious magnetic energy, because the universe doesn't reward tight fists. It responds to open hands. And when you start giving with love and confidence, life goes, "Oh, this person gets it. Let's give them." More to work with. So in this final chapter, we're diving into how to actually live in abundance mode, not just think about it. We'll talk about giving from a place of wholeness, not guilt. About building a mindset that sees more for everyone as a win, not a threat. And how generosity, when it's aligned, becomes your superpower. Because the truth is, wealth isn't just what you keep. It's what you circulate, and the moment you stop hoarding and start sharing, you don't just grow your impact, you multiply your results. Let's open the flow. Let's make giving part of your growth. Let's wrap this journey by stepping fully into the most powerful version of wealth there is. Shared abundance. Give and watch it grow. How the universe responds to generosity. Here's something kind of magical that I learned on my journey. The universe responds to generosity, like not just in theory. I've seen it over and over. At first I didn't get it. I thought if I gave too much I'd have less. If I shared money, time, or even attention, I'd somehow be drained. So, I clung to things, held back, played small, but guess what? The tighter you hold, the more life squeezes back. And the moment I started giving, from the heart, not from fear, things shifted in ways I couldn't even explain. A new client showed up. A check came in the mail. Ideas started flowing. Even my mood lifted, like the weight I didn't know I was carrying suddenly dropped off my shoulders. Here's the secret sauce. Generosity says, I believe there's more where that came from. And that belief, it's pure abundance energy. You're not just helping someone else. You're opening a door for more to come to you. Because the universe, it's always listening, always watching. And when it sees you give freely, with joy, with trust, it goes, this one gets it. Let's pour more into their life. Now don't get it twisted. This isn't about giving to get. It's about giving because you are already full, because you know you're tapped into something bigger than your current bank balance. You can be generous with your words, your time, your kindness, your smile, even when money's tight. And that energy, it multiplies. So if you've been feeling blocked, stuck, or low on flow, maybe ask yourself, where can I give today? Not out of pressure, but out of power, because when you give with love, you don't lose, you expand. And trust me, the universe always, always gives it back, tenfold. And then some. Give with heart, grow with purpose, the power of conscious generosity. Let's talk about one of the biggest game changers in my journey with money and abundance. Learning to give, share, and invest consciously. Now wait, I don't mean giving blindly or spending just to look generous. That's not it. I'm talking about giving with intention, sharing with presence, and investing with clarity. Because here's the thing. Money loves purpose. It wants to move where it feels appreciated, respected, and aligned. So when you give just to people please, or invest out of fear, you're not actually in the energy of abundance. You're leaking energy, not expanding it. But when you pause and ask, does this feel good? Does this reflect who I'm becoming? You step into a whole new level of power. That's when giving becomes magnetic. That's when sharing multiplies. That's when your investments, time, money, energy, start coming back to you tenfold. Let me tell you, the day I started giving from a place of confidence instead of guilt, everything changed. I tipped the barista with a big smile. I shared knowledge without keeping score. I invested in something that lit me up, not just something I thought I should do. And guess what? Life gave back, quickly, in ways I didn't see coming. Because when you give with intention, you're not just releasing something. You're planting a seed, and when you plant with love, water with trust, and walk away knowing it'll grow. It always does. So yeah, give, share, invest, but do it consciously from your heart, with your values, in alignment with your highest self. That's when generosity stops being random and starts becoming a powerful tool for wealth, joy, and massive growth. Be the flow. How becoming a channel for wealth makes you a magnet for more. Here's something that hit me deep one day. Money isn't meant to just sit. It's meant to move. And the moment you decide to become a channel for wealth, everything changes. Seriously, when you stop clinging to money like it's going to disappear and start letting it flow through you with purpose and confidence, you multiply your magnetism. It's wild how that works. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you circulate wealth through kindness, investments, generosity, support, the more life pours it right back into your hands. Why? Because you're no longer blocking it. You're not in fear. You're not in hoarding mode. You're open, trusting, aligned. You become the person money wants to hang out with, someone who doesn't just collect wealth, but expands it, spreads it, shares it. And here's the real magic. When you're that kind of person, opportunities come. Out of nowhere, doors swing open, people say yes. Ideas land like lightning bolts in your lap because you're not chasing money anymore. You're channeling it. You've turned into a walking, breathing, high-frequency signal that says, I'm here to multiply good things. And money, it loves that. So if you've been gripping too tight, afraid to let it go, thinking that saving every penny is the only way to get ahead, I get it. I really do. But also, maybe it's time to shift. Try becoming the flow, not the dam. Let wealth move through you with joy, with purpose, with generosity, because when you do, you stop being just a receiver and become a magnet, one that can't help but attract more abundance, more impact, more everything. The switch was always yours. You don't need more, just activation. So here we are, the final page. And I've got to tell you, if you take one thing with you from all of this, let it be this. You don't need more, you just need activation. Yep. That's the whole secret. Wealth has always been available. It didn't disappear. It's not locked away. It's been surrounding you the whole time, waiting, watching, whispering, hey, I'm right here. But most of us, we were taught to chase it, to fight for it, to prove ourselves worthy of it, to wear ourselves out, trying to deserve something that was already ours. And let's be honest, that's exhausting. The truth, you don't have to fight for abundance. You don't have to hustle yourself into the ground or beg the universe to notice you. You just have to remember who you are and turn your natural power back on. It's already in you. The mindset, the energy, the magnetism. It's there. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're just unplugged. But hey, that switch, it's right next to you. And all it takes is one bold decision to flip it. You are the key. You are the source. You are the channel through which wealth flows, not just to you, but through you. So, stop waiting for permission. Stop looking for more. Stop thinking you need to earn what was already planted inside you from day one. Activate it. Let it rise. Let it breathe. Let it guide you, because when you do, you won't just find wealth. You'll become it. And that, my friend, is the most powerful kind of abundance there is. You've got the map. Now what? It's time to live unstoppable abundance. So, here we are. You've read the pages, felt the shifts, seen the dots connect. And now you've got the map. Not just any map, but your map. One that leads straight to unstoppable abundance. The kind that flows with ease, that feels natural, that makes you wake up excited, not exhausted. But here's the real question now. Are you ready to live it? Because knowing is one thing, but living, that's a whole different vibe. Look, I get it. It's tempting to close this book, go back to normal, and tell yourself you'll get to it later. But later doesn't build a rich life. Now does. You've already done the hard part. You opened your mind. You peeled back the layers. You remembered who you really are. A magnet, a creator, a walking permission slip for abundance. Now it's time to move, to trust yourself, to take that first aligned step, even if it's a tiny one, because the map means nothing if it just sits on the shelf. You've got to walk it, feel it, embody it. And when you do, life meets you halfway, not with struggle, but with synchronicity, not with pressure, but with flow, not with crumbs, but with overflow. So I'll ask you again, straight from the heart, are you ready to stop waiting and start living a life of unstoppable abundance? If your soul whispered yes, then let's go. Your next chapter starts now.